For the Pirates, 23-8. The big star is certainly Tabitha Richardson-Smith. She'll wear number one in scoring at 19 points a game and the all-time scoring leader at Seton Hall. For the Dukes now, their star is April Robinson. She gets 15.6 rebounds a game. She's a junior. They have 3 starters who are born outside the USA. And look for Amelia Gronis to hit that three-pointer. She's from Norway, 5'7", but she can really hit the triple. Duquesne, coached by Dan Burton, his 3rd year. He has set a school record with 27 wins this season. That included an 8-game winning streak. They're in the NCAA tournament for the first time. And Tony Bozzella, who used to share an office when he was at Iona with Jim Valvano. He has a great story about that. He said a lot of Jimmy V rubbed off on him. A lot of good qualities there, and you see it's turning up in the win column.
His first 3 years, he goes to the postseason, back-to-back NCAA tournaments, goes to the NIT the year prior to that, 3 straight 20-win seasons. And I am fascinated by this matchup. You've got a Duquesne team that likes to have players on the floor at all times who can shoot the three from all spots. See how Seton Hall handles that and whether their athleticism will come to the fore here.
Well, Duquesne in the solid blue, and we're underway. A battle for the tip, and the Dukes have it. They're the 9 seed. They started out very quickly this season, 16-1, wound up at 27-5 coming into the tournament. They went 13-3 in the Atlantic 10, first place. Here's Loss to drive it to the right, and a nice move for the 6'3" freshman.
And already you get a look at Duquesne's philosophy. Okay, they're going to work both sides of the floor. There's multiple screening actions on every possession. You've got to be disciplined defensively to guard them.
Richardson-Smith with the very first touch, but harassed and out of play. It goes off of Seton Hall. Back to the other end a moment ago.
Well, eventually their offensive game is going to lead to isolation for Lass, and she takes advantage, and that's just great opportunity there, isolating your post player who's got face-up ability, can go off the drive, get her into a one-on-one circumstance, and let her attack. Nice.
She's from Estonia. Jump shot in the air. Foul on the play. April Robinson's going to get a lot of attention, and she does quickly right here.
Well, and this is what I'm talking about, guarding multiple actions, right? So Seton Hall commits a foul because they're trying to recover defensively. Let's continue to watch that through the early part of this game.
This will be 3 shots now for Robinson. Good foul shooter at 78%. The Duke scoring and assist leader. And she has started every single game in her career. And some big ones, too. She had a triple-double against Dayton. 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists.
She's been to the free throw line. This is her 123rd, 4th, and 5th attempts of the season. So anytime somebody's getting into the triple digits free throws, you know they're a good offensive player.
Now, if April's having a good day or night, the Dukes are having a good day or night. She nails them all there. So a 5-0 start for Duquesne.
A little soft pressure by the Dukes.
Richardson-Smith way downtown, but too strong. Tapped out of play, and back to the other end for Duquesne.
Now, Richardson-Smith is their best player, and this guy is so emotive on the sideline. We're going to cut to him quite a bit. And I'm interested to see if Richardson-Smith doesn't get off to a fast start, how do she and her teammates react?
Loss letting fly and buries the 3.
And this is what I'm talking about, Dave. Loss can step away and make that shot, as can every player for the Dukes.
Wait, 8-0 to Dukes. Here's Jones to lift and knocks it in.
That's one matchup that Seton Hall wants to take advantage of. They want to work Tiffany Jones on both ends of the floor.
She averages 10 points and 9 rebounds a game, and now gets a block. They'll keep it on this end. Duquesne will keep it, but 8:25 to go here in the first quarter. Jones, the Big East leading rebounder with 9 a game. In heavy traffic, down on the low block. Workman had to get out of there. The jumper in the air by Sumashi, and she's another good shooter at 12 points, 8 rebounds again. Very strong on the glass.
Stretch 4, and you see her face-up ability in that instance.
Jones off the back of the iron, and a high rebound out to Robinson. She wants to run. Gronis gives it off. Boy, they move it beautifully underneath there for Subashi, and a timeout.
Just a terrific start for Duquesne. And I had asked Dan Burke, did he think Seton Hall could guard them? And he had a wry smile on his face, knowing that athletically they might be challenged. But I'll tell you, how about the start? Passing, good ball movement. So Mashi gets the basket there. 27 wins they go for. And Dave, the at-large berth, very well deserved for this group.
Nice start, 4 out of 5 shooting it. So the Pirates have to play catch-up here as the 8 seed trailing 12-3 at Gamble Pavilion. Jump shot from Powell from the corner, and they needed that one, and she could hit that 3, 43%.
Look at Duquesne push back quickly.
They are playing at a very high rate of speed, the Dukes. And they started the season 16-1, straight on by Loss.
I'll tell you, you better get out and check her. This is a very highly skilled player and shooting the 3 really well down the stretch of the season.
Well, what a confident-looking Duquesne team in the early minutes. On the dribble drive, the shot, and a lot of iron, but it drops in for Richardson. And Shakina Richardson, the point guard out of New Jersey, the number 2 assist leader in the Big East. Now the turnover. Richardson-Smith with a nice hesitation banks it in.
And you can see they want to come up and pressure, try to force Duquesne into some mistakes with this pressure.
Ronas is from Norway on the attack. No. And now Seton Hall grabbing back some momentum. But throwing it away, a sloppy pass there by Richardson and a turnover.
Now the pace of this has been absolutely terrific, and you could see she's just going to keep shooting that 3 until the defender comes out. Nice little smile on her way back, and then Richardson-Smith, just shake Richardson. Shakina Richardson gets the bounce on that one.
The bounce for Robinson. So far a little bit quiet. On the baseline, and 2 for Workman. Devonair Workman, the senior. Atlantic 10 first team all-conference. She averages 14 points, 9 rebounds a game at 5'10".
Yeah, a player who has got starter ability coming in on support. I love Workman's game, Dave.
You know, it was a lot of fun to watch coach is Tony Bozzella.
Yeah.
You mentioned this. We had him in the locker room. Powell gets a great look, follows her own miss right back up off the window, and went 0 for 2. Tipped around and a foul with 5:56 to go. So we'll keep Tony in the box if we can, because he moves around a lot.
Yeah. The cameramen will be hustling to keep him in the box.
Workman with the personal. It's an intense matchup. I love the 8-9 game on day 1 of the tournament. It's always a standout game. Quickly underneath, but Richardson-Smith could not hit the layup, and it'll go the other way.
Yeah, that's one you hate to see, because they run an outstanding play. They just put 3 on one side, her on the other, get her isolated, allow her to use her athleticism and speed. But Tony, well, you can't draw it up any better than that.
You know, he really does have a lot of Jimmy V in him. When you watch him on the sideline, now he clangs away by Loss. A rare miss for her here in the first quarter. Rona's trying to penetrate. Shovels the pass for Workman and 2.
Really, really good job by Workman. Using her athleticism, the ability to adjust under duress of some size.
Seton Hall at 23-8. They went 12-6 inside the Big East and bowed out of the Big East tournament in the semifinals as a 3 seed. Jump shot will clang away again, and suddenly Loss has gotten a little bit cold after a quick start. And all 3 of the other coaches, Tony included, we got a chance to talk at length with them yesterday during their practices, and all of them hold Gino Auriemma in the absolute highest regard. They all said he's the best coach in all of college basketball, men or women, in their opinion.
You know, and it was interesting because it wasn't just about the 10 national championships. Each of these individual men for their respective programs said the thing they like most is the way Gino's players represent the game and all that's good about it.
3-pointer on the way and knocked in. Seton Hall trying to cut their way back into it.
Well, you can see Duquesne is going to shrink the floor a little bit, commit to the paint first and recover out. So they've got to be on point with their recoveries and reactions.
Well, what a nice move in close by the senior Workman. Talked about what a terrific rebounder she is. She had a 19-rebound game against Dayton, but she can score too. Richardson with a scoop Beautifully done there by the graduate student.
Yeah, there's some at the next level who compare her to Tamika Johnson, a former LSU point guard.
Seton Hall wants a run now. Powell up ahead. Richardson Smith. Some contact, but she banks it in.
Well, you can see what she gives you at 6 feet. The ability to run the floor with great speed. Finishing at the rack. What a scorer Richardson Smith is.
Here's Omar Grosso, the freshman from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Named to the A-10 all-rookie team. Outstanding quickness. The jumper by Robinson. That one off the front of the iron. Tell you, he was really working down low. Is Workman and one. She'll be at the line.
Well, athletically, just getting the job done. 5'10" senior from Reading, Pennsylvania. Spent the early part of her career at a junior college. How about this? In traffic to board it. Looks like it's going to be a tie-up momentarily to finish with strength through that contact. Nicely done.
Richardson with the foul. Workman, an outstanding defender as well. At the line, she makes 83%. So she does a lot of things very, very well. Nice touch.
You know what cracks me up about you is you love great free throw shooters.
I do.
So there is a little emphatic, observation about it. That's going to be a backcourt violation, an unforced error by Seton Hall.
I mean, they're gimmies, and if you work at it, they're gimmies in your favor.
Yeah, Larry Bird is right along your lines. He always used to say the free throw line will not lie. You've either spent the time making sure you're good there, or you haven't.
Robinson dishing down low, but again, lost, couldn't finish.
How quickly does that ball move, though, for Duquesne? It is really fun basketball to watch.
Big reason they're up by 10 points. Smith to her right. That's a pretty shot out the window.
You can see athletically there are certain spots where this is going to be a challenge. That's just a good drive by Letitia Smith.
Foul there by Powell on the contact. That'll be her second. The NCAA Women's Championship continues on ESPN2 today at 4 Eastern. Round 1 action. You'll see coverage of UNC Asheville taking on Kentucky. Missouri State against number 4 seed Texas A&M. Number 10 Penn against Washington, the 7 seed.
How happy is Matthew Mitchell that he's not in UConn's region?
For a change, right?
Yeah.
He's delighted. He's dancing there in Kentucky. And Duquesne already with 10 second chance points. They lead 10-0 in that category. Workman a major reason for that. Omar Grosso. Battle for the rebound. Knocked free. A fight for it right underneath the iron. They'll call a tie-up. Possession now will take it to the other end. It'll be Seton Hall ball.
Feels like every 50-50 ball to this point in the game has gone to Duquesne. And Seton Hall is going to get this one off the tie-up, but first to hit the deck, quickest to react.
Richardson will set it up. Outstanding point guard from Philadelphia. She gives up the dribble. Shot clock down to 8. Richardson nearly lost the handle. Inside for Byrne and a foul on the play. So she'll be at the line to shoot 2.
That's going to be a body call because that doesn't look like a fairly clean block. Let's take a look at it quickly here. Let's see. How about the pass, first of all? Yeah, it's absolutely a foul. Good call. The pass by Richardson, though, she's on that baseline, doesn't have a great line of vision, but knows where her teammate is.
Byrne, a freshman from Massapequa, New York. Has not played in the last 7 games, but here she gets into the NCAA tournament. Good size at 6'1" and a hard worker on the backboards. And another shot coming. So Duquesne with the ball here on top 27-21. The Pirates of Seton Hall have cut into the lead a little bit. Workman lining up a 3 and drains it.
Now she was one major area of concern for the Seton Hall staff. They said, there's a little bit feast or famine with her, but if she gets it going, it elevates Duquesne to another level.
She has 12 points already. She averages 14. Richardson wanted a foul on that play. And now the Dukes want to run. Omar Grosso spins that one off the iron. Boy, a tough angle to shoot it.
Well, she is decisive, though, Omar Grosso. quick trigger three shooter.
Byrne. The 18-footer won't fall for her, and Robinson is there for the rebound. Certainly the leader of this Dukes team. And a whistle there with a minute 36 to go and a turnover.
How about this charge by Byrne? Nice job to step in. And then Workman just going to take a little rhythm dribble, step into three. Byrne a little bit slow to challenge. Three ball, top of the key. How about her start?
5 for 5. So she has a dozen points. She's dropped down to 3. And Duquesne with a 9-point lead over the Seton Hall Pirates.
That's going to be, I think that's going to be an illegal screen.
It is. It's going to go against Byrne, the freshman.
Boy, she lays the lumber on that screen. Got to be careful, though. Once you set the screen, let your teammates set it up and use it.
Workman splitting the D. Sumashi, and a nice mid-range jumper, has a nice touch.
Do you see how the kind of freedom that Dan Burke gives his team? The ball moves quickly, it pops, it's got energy, and it just finds the open shooter.
They're in the tournament for the first time ever, but it doesn't look like it. They look like a veteran team. Long range, and that one a rattle in by Richardson. She can really score. She had 23 against Xavier.
Yeah, she's their key to me. I mean, second in the Big East, 35th in the country, over 5.5 assists per game.
Omagrosso nearly threw it away. Robinson came away with it, and in the end, they do toss it out of bounds.
Watch how quickly Duquesne's going to move the ball up the floor and get into their offense. The ball crosses sides. Workman attacks the high side, and then, hey, why hesitate, right? I mean, you've shot it well to start it. Keep going, Samaji.
Duquesne, 12 out of 20 here in the first quarter. They came out hot and really didn't cool off. Byrne on the high post. They hand off for Richardson Smith. The three is too strong. And Byrne will be hit with another foul as Workman is outworking everybody on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's good checkout. Good solid checkout by Duquesne. And I think Byrne a little bit frustrated, but I thought it was an over the top.
I did too. 24 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it'll be Workman to the other end. And shooting here very quickly, the 5'10 senior out of Reading, Pennsylvania. And she is leading the Dukes to an impressive first quarter, but can't connect on the foul shot. NCAA Wrestling Championships conclude tonight at Madison Square Garden. Catch the championship finals at 8 Eastern on ESPN. And visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. I really like the commercials for the wrestling championships in the Garden with Stephen Baldwin.
Yes, I agree. New York will test you, and who will come out?
Yeah, this town will knock you down, but you got to get back up again. Well, Workman going to the bench, and a marvelous first quarter for the Dukes. Richardson will set it up now, looking for one shot. The Seton Hall Pirates, 33-24, Duquesne. She wants to drive it and kick it. Smith on the baseline. Underneath. Can't get it to go. The miss by Richardson at the buzzer. And that's the first quarter in the books, and Workman really owned it.
Well, Debonair Workman, a part-time starter, and now Division I college official. He said, you know, we were talking to him at halftime of our first game. He said, I expect some nerves in the first couple of minutes. Dave, we saw no nerves throughout that first quarter.
No, he had his team ready. So we're ready for the second quarter here at Gamble Pavilion. Game one, a routine victory, you'd have to say, for the Huskies. Ellen rolls off the iron by Shamashi. And a great play for her. 33-24 Duquesne. Seton Hall, the 8 seed. They were 9 seed last year, and they lost to Rutgers in the opening round, so they have intentions of going a lot deeper. Jones rolling to the basket, had to rush it, got it back, went 0 for 2 there, and rebounded away by the Dukes.
One thing that Duquesne was concerned about was the physicality of Seton Hall in the painted area. And to this point, both from that perspective and rebounding, Duquesne has been more than up to the challenge.
Ilya Gronis bouncing here. Now underneath, and a clean stop there by Richardson Smith. Got a lot of the ball, and that offset the shot. Here's Richardson Smith, too strong. Trying again. Another three. And that one rolls away.
Well, they give her freedom now. She averages 17 field goal attempts per game. So she has got the green light to let it rip.
She has a pro career looming. Averaging 19 points and 7 rebounds a game. She's going to play professionally somewhere, and they turn it over. That's 5 turnovers for the Dukes. Mosley in the game, went flying down the lane, and it's tipped out of play.
But terrific recovery by Richardson.
Seton Hall coming in at 23-8, and important wins over Rutgers, Princeton, NC State. Really built the resume early.
They sure did, in fact, and that's going to be a turnover by Seton Hall. A little frustration for Anthony Bozzella as he slaps his hands on his thighs. Coat is off, and I don't blame him. You know, that wasn't because of Duquesne's pressure, but he told us flat out, those games you mentioned early, that set him up for his at-large bid.
No question. Into the backcourt, it was tipped. So Duquesne will have it. Robinson will bring it up. Named A-10 co-player of the year. Way downtown, Loss. Rebound comes free to Workman with 13 in the first quarter. Robinson launches. Workman, of course, comes away with it and, of course, hits it.
I'll tell you, you give somebody who moves the ball, plays with the kind of pace that Duquesne does, that many opportunities because you don't finish your defensive possession with a backboard, and that will happen to you.
Devontae Workman already with more points than she typically averages over an entire game.
Yeah.
There's 15 already. Shot clock down to 9. Richardson tried to split the D. Workman with the theft. They turned it over 5 times now. Robinson, the scoop on the reverse, but it's not there.
Look at the hustle. Look at the close by Workman again, because that was going to be a transition opportunity.
No question. She's everywhere.
Look at Workman work. I mean, the opportunity is a miss off that. She goes ahead and creates a second chance. How about the separation with the step back? And then the hustle on this play to prevent them from getting in transition. She is working.
Powell with a bounce. Jones went for the rebound, lost the handle on it. Bonus bouncing here for Robinson. Workman up against Smith. Slamming on the brakes. Backdoor cut. Oh, they ran that beautifully, and Gronis laid it in. Loss laid it in.
Then how about the pass from Workman? I mean, her signature has been all over this game.
And they built a 37-24 lead. So now, all of a sudden, Seton Hall's in a little bit of trouble in the second quarter. Open shooter. Jones going for the rebound. Powell trying to dribble out of there. Batted away by Gronis, and now they hit the deck. And a tie up here. Possession arrow will take it to the other end. It'll be Seton Hall ball.
Well, let's watch Debonair Workman work. How about the pass? She knows she's been guarded individually, but Seton Hall loses track of Lass, and she makes some play. And I love this. Do not try to dribble this out. Hit the deck and at least cause the tie-up. That is smart basketball. And one thing that Seton Hall has had a habit of doing in these instances is having it become individualistic. This has still got to be won as a team. You can't play hero ball here.
They have 11 seconds to get off a shot. Jones rolling to the basket and draws the foul. She'll be at the line, but she'll be shooting 2. And the foul will go against Sumishi, the 6'3" junior from Hungary. We have seen a lot of players in this bracket here at Gamble Pavilion today who hail from foreign lands. Very, very interesting. We probably have 9 or 10 players who are foreign born.
Recruiting so competitive. Why not step outside?
Now coming up on the Northwestern halftime report, Kevin Nagandi, Kara Lawson, and Rebecca Lobo, our big 3, standing by in the studio take a look at Iona and Maryland, Middle Tennessee State and Florida State, and Purdue against Oklahoma.
Well, Maryland only a 7-point advantage. It'd be interesting to hear the analysis from Tara and Rebecca about what's going on in that one.
I also want to hear Kevin's analysis.
All right.
If you don't mind.
He's the conductor in there.
He's the quarterback, and a foul. Stapolino, the 6'2" freshman, will get hit by Tiffany Jones. 5:57 to go in the second quarter. Workman. Beautifully done by Stapolino.
Well, they run a lot of different action. That one was off flex action, screen on one side, cut to the ball. Nicely done.
Smith trying to drive and kick. Way downtown, Jones air mails that, and back over to the Dukes it goes.
Well, they're pulling the trigger from 3 without a whole lot of success.
So 5:36 left before halftime, and Duquesne up by 13, facing the pressure. It's tipped, but the Dukes will keep it. This was expected to be quite a battle. It often is between 8 and 9 on day 1 of the NCAA tournament. This bracket starting at 11 a.m. today, and UConn looked wide awake, to put it mildly. They ran out to a gigantic lead in just a few minutes.
41-4 at one point.
Powell penetrated, airborne. Not there off the backboard, but she comes away with it. Richardson Smith wants to heave it. She's been cold here in the first half. That's a big reason the Pirates are down here.
They are 4 for 14 from 3-point territory.
Richardson Smith, their star, 19.7 rebounds a game. Powell swings it. Smith will knock it in, a 2-pointer.
So multiple dribble drives trying to collapse the defense, and eventually you get to a place where they cannot challenge and recover.
Picked off by Smith. Letitia Smith trying to beat everyone to the other end and lays it in.
Yeah, really opportunistic play. You know, if you're a defender and somebody's got their back to you, go ahead and try to strip it.
So the Pirates have cut it to 9. Robinson over the top for Gross. Long range, but not there. Workman gets hit as she goes for the rebound, fouled by Tiffany Jones.
Oh boy, the action has been fast-paced. Duquesne has been doing the job. How about that off the flex action? Stapolino delivers, and then Seton Hall trying to make some inroads to get back in this ball game. The steal, the hoop, and well, she's got to make a very tough left-handed hook shot. But if I'm checking Duquesne, if I'm Seton Hall, I'm going to say to them, listen, they run a lot of great stuff. Let's guard these 3 actions well and see how we come out, as opposed to trying to master every single set that they have.
Duquesne with the ball. Here's Gronis. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Robinson giving it up into the corner, but that shot clock is now down to 11 for the Dukes. Robinson looking for help, needs a screen. Shot clock down to 5. And a whistle away from the basketball, and a foul underneath.
I think they're going to get that on Smith, because in the pick and roll there was a big to little switch. It was a mismatch, and Denise Brooks has her for a hold.
That'll be her second personal. Robinson. Workman, who's been the story, a blow by. Gets her own miss. Stopped there by Gordon, and the whistle. And a frustration foul on Workman.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good non-call. I mean, I thought in this particular instance, as athletic as she is, she was just trying to score over too much size. You know, she makes a good individual move. There's no foul there in my estimation. That looks like a clean block.
39-30. Pirates trying to cut in, but can't do it with shots like that. Richardson Smith, as you said, she has the green light, but she's taken some ill-advised shots. Robinson airmailed that one, and a foul over the back against the Dukes. That'll go against Gronis. Second round coverage of the Division I Men's Basketball Championship continues today on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For more info on game times and listings, go to ncaa.com.
Miami Hurricanes up 4, not very far from here, about an hour away in Providence, Rhode Island.
Michigan State is out in a shocker. Jones up top. Powell wants to drive that baseline, and the foul with exactly 3 minutes to go before halftime. And the Michigan State women have moved into the second round. They'll be taking on Mississippi State Sunday at 2:30. We just saw UConn with a very routine win.
Well,
8 steals today for Breanna Stewart, by the way, career high.
Would you say, I would assume you would concur that that's been the area of greatest growth for her is on the defensive end?
No question.
And that Mississippi State, a defensive-oriented team, will take on the great individual talent and aerial powers.
Turned over back to the Dukes, and here they come, leading by 9. Omogrosso back into the game now, running the point, back for Robinson. By the way, UConn scored 64 points in the first half today. That is a season high as they rocked and rolled.
Why she did not pitch that shot, that pass to April Robinson, who was wide open from 3. That was a mistake.
Powell lost the handle. Robinson picks it. Trying to beat Richardson, who stayed home, and that's going to be a charge, an offensive foul. Shakina Richardson really got back with a terrific piece of defense.
Look at Loss. I mean, you've got her standing right here. She's your leading scorer. Instead, you take a contested jump shot, and then, okay, so you make up for it on the defensive end. But you know what? I'd rather see a no call there. I got to be honest with you. She is at the rack, and to me, that defender is too late to make that whistle. Make it a non-call.
Jones inside for Gordon, and she is 3 seconds. 3-second violation. It's their 8th turnover. 2:02 to go in the second quarter. And some scouting being done now by Breanna and the Huskies. They look very at home in this building.
Yeah, they sure do. I said this. Usually you see a team just watch the first half, but given how early our games were here, you wonder there's enough time in the day for them to do whatever they wish.
Omogrosso fires it up and hits it. So it's back up to an 11-point lead now for the Dukes.
I think Dan Burt might have wanted a timeout just then.
He'll take the basket. Richardson with a pretty move there.
No, I meant after they scored.
After they scored?
Yeah, I think he was looking to get one. I think if they score here, I wouldn't be shocked.
The theft by Alicia Powell. And does it herself. So approaching the 1-minute mark. Seton Hall trying to tighten it up here. 41-34. Well, it's been an entertaining first half.
No doubt.
As we expected, between the 8 and 9 seeds. Robinson, not there for her. Big rebound and the block by Gordon. Albertia Gordon, who is 6'4" and 71 block shots, averaging 2.3 per game.
Yeah, top 35 in the nation. That's her job. This half strong. You have been in complete command of this half, Duquesne, the entire game. Can you get a score and a stop? I guarantee you, Dan Burt said, let's get a bucket, let's get a stop, let's finish this thing strong.
Robinson. And another reach and a foul on Gordon with 43.7 to go.
When you watch Duquesne, you see a team that knows exactly what it's trying to run, exactly where they want the shots to come from, and a good play where they run it to perfection. A little pick and roll. Offensive player gets at the rim, you get a defender moving, and you get a couple free throws. So good job by Dan Burt coming out of that timeout to get this opportunity.
Another one coming for Thomas. Making the pair. 43-34.
Robinson goes out.
Duquesne started out like a house of fire. They made 12 of their first 20 shots and then went 4 for 15. So they chilled a little bit. Richardson, the point guard, trying to penetrate. Here's Powell's jumper. She hits the three.
She is a dangerous three-point shooter. Came in with 57. Now you're Duquesne. You can hold for the last shot.
Grosso, 5'6" freshman. Very reliable with the ball, though, and as you can see, very quick. Lays it up off that backboard in a battle for it. 1 second left. Time for a heave. Did she get it off in time? Almost made it. So we are at halftime, and Duquesne led the whole way, and they had the lead at the break, 43-37. Debonair Workman was certainly the star.
One thing that April Robinson from Duquesne has got to do a better job of, she had 5 turnovers in the first half, 3 assists, only 1 for 6. And then Richardson Smith on the other side for Seton Hall, just 2 for 10 and 0 for 6 from 3.
She's their top scorer at 19 points per game, and in league play in the Big East, she averages 22 points per game. So they really need her in this second half. Duquesne opens up with a basketball and strikes very quickly as they roll it into the hands of Loss, the freshman.
10 assists on their 17 field goals. What an outstanding passing team.
Powell on the drive. Denied. Out it goes off of the Dukes. Seton Hall at 23-8. Duquesne at 27-5. Duquesne winning the at-large bid. First time they've ever been in the tournament, and this is going to go the other way. This will go against Seton Hall.
Yeah, just another illegal screen by Lubertia Gordon. Let's watch the play they come out of. A little handoff at the elbow, and that leads to a slip by Lass. Really nice job by her to slip that little action off the handoff.
She's got a lot of game to look forward to. She's a big freshman at 6'3". Robinson lets fly a line driver, not there. Samashi gets it back for the second effort, and that's going to be a traveling violation on Gronis.
They almost were able to build on what is already a 14-2 advantage in second chance points. Dan Burt was concerned about the physicality and the rebounding game of Seton Hall, but his team has been up to the task.
Dan Burt, a former official. Team got up to a great start this season and kept on rolling, and that's 2 for Richardson Smith, and they need her desperately.
And I'd like to see her go to that part of her game. She's not got the perimeter game going. Use your ability to get to the rim.
Samashi inside, wanted a foul, none forthcoming. Powell in transition. She averages about 14 points a game. The starters, they do the most of the scoring as Richardson nearly lost it. Shot clock at 15 for the Pirates. Powell. She could be deadly from 3, but not here. And tipped out of play. And they're going to keep it on this end. They're going to say it was off of April Robinson. 45-39 Duquesne. Seton Hall trying to inch a little bit closer. The Dukes have led the entire way. That's a traveling violation. The reactions on Tony Bozzella are priceless.
Yes.
It's almost as if he's in the game on the floor, and anything that happens, he takes personally.
Well, he was talking about there were 3 of the 4 coaches are of Italian descent. He said there's going to be a lot of emotion from the coaching staffs.
There usually is on this floor with Gino Auriemma and his team. And boy, did they look impressive today. The UConn Huskies, the jump shot clangs away by Loss. Another fight on the baseline. The Pirates want to run. Richardson to Richardson Smith, getting a little bit closer, and that's her game right there.
Well, she's 0 for 6 in the first half from 3, so twice now she goes right to the rim.
Workman, a lot of contact, gets it back. How many times has that happened in the game where she's missed a shot, but she gets it back from the corner and all net by Gronis? 17
second chance points. Seton Hall hurting themselves. And one thing I would say about Duquesne's ability to get to the offensive glass, as now you get that perimeter jump shot going, Dave. One thing about the way the Dukes play, they know where the shots are coming from, so they're in position for offensive boards.
Samashi with a very tough shot. She made it. She'll be at the line. She has 8 points. the 6'3" junior from Hungary.
And when Seton Hall has scored, they are not slow to take it out. Okay, Seton Hall just scores. So does that mean I'm not going to run the floor? No, sir. It means I'm going to see if I can't beat Gordon at an easy opportunity. That is nicely done.
Gordon's third foul. So the junior is 68% at the line, trying to make it a three-point play and regain a comfort zone in the lead, and that'll fall in. So she has 9 points. (51-44) the Dukes. Richardson Smith letting fly again, and now back-to-back threes for her.
Yeah, so she's got 4 straight baskets. So now I think if you're Dan Burke, what do you do to take her away? Because she can flat win you a game by herself with her scoring ability.
Workman trying to drive inside on Gordon. A clean block. Terrific play. And they're going to call a timeout. Duquesne with 51-47 to score. But the Pirates of Seton Hall have closed it up behind their star, Richardson Smith.
In Meigs finally got that aspect of her game going. It's somewhat an unorthodox game, Dave, as you see first half, second half comparison.
Yes.
You know, her jump shot's a push shot with unequal foot distribution. It's really interesting to watch her play. Projected mid-second round.
Robinson, that one glancing off the iron, a fight for it. And a shove. The foul will go against Duquesne. And Gronis can't believe it, but Richardson Smith delighted.
Well, we get a look at the second part of this. Ooh. She gets a foul call and the ball off her face for her trouble.
Yes, that's her third foul. 6.5 to go here in the third. Seton Hall regaining some momentum behind Richardson Smith. Some contact, can't connect. Gordon wins the rebound, right back up and a misfire. Gromas comes out of the pack with it. Wants to push that tempo for the Dukes, who have never trailed in this game, but now 4-point game. Workman steps back for 3. Gordon fighting for the rebound. She's a very good rebounder, averaging about 7 a game and a great shot blocker. Let's see if Richardson Smith gets the ball back. She has 10 points in this quarter. Back up top for Jones. Around and out on the 3. Second effort, though, for Seton Hall. Richardson Smith dumping it down low for Gordon. She forced that shot. Robinson ahead for Workman. Tie up and a foul on Smith.
Yeah, and the really smart play by Debonair, because understanding the official standing there, she was under everything she had to do to get this shot opportunity up. She does it. See, she just continues through because she wants to make sure that official knows I was attempting a basket so she could get here.
She has 15 points. Very good foul shooter at 83% and sinks that one. So Gordon will head off to the bench for Tony Bozzella. And Workman, the senior, with another foul shot on the way. Now, the same Princeton team that Seton Hall defeated early in the season defeated Duquesne by 28 points in November. So if you looked at that like opponent, you'd say, well, maybe Seton Hall is the team with a severe upper hand, but right. Duquesne has led this entire game.
Yep.
And I think they are really showing that the selection committee did a great job. Richardson Smith trying to get it inside. Maybe a shot, I think. And
Workman really got it leak out. Nice shot block by her. And Richardson Smith was holding her on the way up the floor.
Robinson will bury it to make it 55-47. So Seton Hall unable to get any closer than 4 points. Powell on the attack. Thrusts it up there. Almagrosso ahead for Workman. Richardson Smith trying to block it, but can't do it.
Do you see what I mean when a team takes a shot that you're not expecting? What happens? It has an impact on the people around you.
No doubt about it. Timeout, Seton Hall. As the lead is back up to 10 thanks to Debonair Workman. 57-47. She has 19 and counting.
And we had said, Dave, we think April Robinson has got to get started. Well, because she sprints up the floor, defender has to come over. She comes over late. And so Workman having an effect in many aspects.
Working with 19 points. Robinson is 8. Jones lets fly. Too short. She's been pretty quiet. They need more from Tiffany Jones on the Seton Hall side. She averages double figures and 9 rebounds. #1 rebounder in the Big East.
And that, frankly, Dave, is a matchup they expected to exploit, and yet she's getting exploited right there.
Lost, the freshman, has 14. She's had a really fine game.
And how about them pouring it on here, opportunistic from Robinson.
This is a 10-0 run for the Dukes. And now leading by a dozen. Seton Hall has missed their last 7 shot stores. They need a make in a bad way. Smith traveling as she lost her footing.
Let's watch Duquesne get another wide open shot here. Bottom right side of your screen, just multiple defenders moving out toward the ball. Nobody watches Lawson. Look at that. Nice basket cut by her.
Duquesne runs some really nice stuff, don't they?
They sure do. And again, Seton Hall can't allow this to devolve into a, I'm going to win this game by myself. It's going to have to be as a team.
And this is the biggest lead for the Dukes today. Leading by 14. Samashi, yes! She knocks it down from three-point land.
That's their high-low game, and a terrific aspect of what they do. I mean, they're just going to force you to be disciplined defensively.
Oh, another turnover by Richardson. Tried to get it back, but couldn't. Seton Hall's in deep trouble. Grosso can't lay it in, but a foul on the play before the basket.
The ball's going to go into Loss. Multiple jerseys go around her, so she said, all right, you want to guard me with multiple? I'm going to kick it to the wide open Samashi at the top of the key. You think her foot stamp helped that ball get that friendly roll at the end of it?
I definitely think so. The NCAA Women's Championship continues on ESPN2 today at 4. First round action of UNC Asheville taking on Kentucky, among others. All games available on ESPN or ESPN2. Tournament underway is a 15-0 run for Duquesne, Doris, and they're threatening to push this lead over 20 points. Wasn't that long ago, it was a 4-point game. They needed that drive from Shekinah Richardson desperately. Quickly down, Grosso thought about it. Robinson to the freshman. Loss and a back down. It comes out high, and now an opportunity for Seton Hall to cut into the lead. Powell, tough shot, but she made it.
Back-to-back baskets. This is something Rebecca touched on at the half, Dave, was Seton Hall's dribble drive ability. They have all season long been challenging to keep out of the paint. To this point, except on those back-to-back drives, Duquesne's been pretty good.
Loss with a kick out. Workman held, and a foul there with 2:22 left in the third quarter. That foul will go against Shekinah Richardson.
Number 24.
And that'll be number 1 on Shekinah. She's already graduated out of Neptune, New Jersey. Workman to the line, the Reading, Pennsylvania senior, working on a 19-point game. And make that 20.
And 5 team fouls on Seton Hall already. So this is part of the new rules, right? You get to 5, you shoot the one-on-one.
You like it? You like that change?
I do. I really like it.
She has 21 points.
It's another aspect I think the men should go to, because there's been a lot of discussion. Have we gone too far with the rules changes? One way to do that is go to the quarters and go to the 5 fouls. It resets every quarter.
Way downtown, Richardson, not a good shot. Not in that situation, down by 17.
Yeah, I haven't loved their shot selection all day, to be perfectly honest with you.
Now, to her credit, Richardson Smith has started to heat up beyond the three-point line, but she's really the only one for Seton Hall who could say that. She missed her first 6. Seton Hall needs a run desperately. Way downtown, and it's Richardson Smith from well off that line.
Wow, I am surprised she took that shot. If she doesn't make that, I might sit her down. Again, she gets a tremendous amount of latitude. 17 field goal attempts per game for her.
That's it to 14. Shamashi lost it in the paint. Workman hits the deck. So did Richardson Smith, but no whistle.
One thing that can't happen is shot clock goes down here. You can't start turning it over if you're Duquesne.
Omogroso will rattle in a long one from 3.
That's a big-time answer.
And she makes 38%. Richardson Smith too strong. Rebound knocked free to the Dukes. And the point guard held and fouled by Richardson Smith. He tugged on the jersey. With 46.9 to go in the third.
That's a Steph Curry range 3 from Richardson Smith. Just walks up into it, and then Omogroso. There's not a lot of time on that shot clock. That's inside 5 seconds. Really big time answer.
Chastity Omogroso, 2-time Pennsylvania Player of the Year in high school. A couple of substitutions now for Seton Hall. Omogroso scored 2,686 points in her high school career.
You can tell she's a scorer by nature, because every time the ball finds her, her first thought is, can I put this thing in the bucket?
That's a traveling violation in the backcourt. And 14 turnovers now for Seton Hall. They've been hurting themselves.
Yeah, and again, a case, you see the frustration from Tony Bozzella. Why? You're sitting there saying you're not under duress. You're just trying to make a play where there wasn't one there. Just hold it if you're Gordon.
Robinson with a quick step, but sealed there. Omogroso launches around and out. She will shoot that 3 very quickly. 71-54, final seconds of the third quarter. Powell just lost the handle. Some bad turnovers here for the Pirates.
Yeah, just bad turnovers. They had closed the gap, make it look like it's going to be a game, and then hurt themselves. Now you hold for 1.
So Duquesne is going to be in great shape. A holding foul here with 8.9 seconds to go. Going to be in great shape going into the fourth quarter in their first ever tournament appearance. And this will send Robinson to the line. She's a 78% foul shooter. She's the all-time three-point leader at Duquesne. The road to the Frozen Four ices up tomorrow with the 2016 NCAA Hockey Selection Special. That's presented by Northwestern Mutual at noontime Eastern on ESPN. You and watch ESPN.
John Butcherbass will be all over that. The story, I have no doubt.
All over it, yes. Robinson goes to the bench. 73-54. Duquesne has led since the opening moments. Smith trying to hustle a shot up. Stolen away by Omogroso. Cross midcourt. Time to get one in the air, but kicked it. And out of play to end the third quarter. Well, the third quarter, Duquesne outscored Seton Hall 30-17 to take.
In the right place at the right time on that one, but the step back was pretty, Dave O'Brien.
Well, it sure was. She's had a marvelous game here. Second chance points huge for her, but she has 21 to lead all scorers and 9 rebounds, plus 5 assists. Fight for the rebound as the fourth quarter is underway. Seton Hall trying to find somebody other than Smith Richardson. And from the corner, that one will be knocked in by Kuderer.
Yeah, and they bring her in, obviously, because they're trying to make some threes to close the gap here. I thought one key to that third quarter that's a little bit understated. April Robinson had 3 assists, 2 steals, and no turnovers after 5 for the first 2 quarters.
Jump shot too strong. And knocked out of play off of Seton Hall in the opening seconds of the fourth quarter. And Tiffany Jones will come back on. And Gordon will step off now for Seton Hall. And Duquesne to put it in, leading 73-57. Quickly on the inbounds, and that won't fall for Gronis. Another battle for it. And a tie-up on the play. The possession arrow will keep it right here. So Duquesne will have it. Where they started out quick behind Debonair Workman. and have never trailed. Robinson trying to get it in, looking over the top.
Good job directing from out of bounds. Just gets Connor Richardson to float long.
The freshman lost with a turnaround, but short this time. Another tie-up, and this time Seton Hall has it on the possession.
That's a nice move by Loss, though. That's one thing Dan Burt told her yesterday. You know, you're going to have to make multiple moves to be successful in there. And she did in that instance, just couldn't complete it.
UConn went over 100 points today in a victory over Robert Morris on this floor. And they sailed to a first-round victory. They await the winner of this one on Monday night. And we'll have it for you as we have every game of the women's NCAA tournament. Kind of wriggle underneath, but that won't drop for Richardson Smith.
Well, she's barking at the official, looking for a call.
Workman attacking and laying it up and in.
But that to me is frustrating if you're her teammate, because she can't be barking at the official and putting her teammates at a deficit because they give up the layup.
That's 23 points for Debonair Workman, and this will go the other way. Offensive foul with 8:19 to go in the fourth.
You get yourself in trouble. It's an ill-advised drive. Just watch her. She's frustrated, barking at the official right there. So a little bit slow to react. Well, guess what? Now everybody's scrambling. You give up a layup.
Duquesne has been very alert, breaking them down on plays like that. Here's another one. Sumashi converts, and now it's a 20-point lead in the biggest of the day for the Dukes. Well, they can smell that second round, and a showdown with UConn right on this court on Monday. Can the Pirates dig themselves out of a 20-point hole with less than 8 minutes to go? Powell slamming on the brakes. Gooder into the lane to lay it up and in.
Well, terrific job. I mean, they were trying to run her off the three-point line, and that's going to get Bozella a timeout.
77-59. Duquesne with a big lead in the last quarter in her NCAA debut.
And so they await the winner of this one. Mississippi State and Michigan State advance, and they will now square off on Sunday at 2:30.
Now Duquesne breaking the pressure up 77-59. Looking more and more like they will be the team to challenge Connecticut on Monday.
And the beauty of the way they play is they're a patterned offensive team that could take the clock down. And, so you can manage time and score here. You just can't turn it over, get a good shot opportunity at every play. And how about that? They take it down to 6 and get a layup. That's just great execution.
And bump it back to 20. So the 9 seed with a healthy lead over the 8 seed. Nothing there. Jones fighting for it and draws the foul with 7 minutes to go. Well, tonight after the NCAA Wrestling Championship, keep it locked to ESPN. For SportsCenter at night with Lisa Kearney and Kevin Connors. They have coverage of the men's and women's NCAA tournament games, NHL spring training, and the NBA. SportsCenter at night right after wrestling.
Well, shoot, San Antonio and Golden State are playing tonight in the NBA. And, of course, remember last time that happened, Golden State put a beat down on the Spurs. That doesn't happen often. I can't wait to watch that one.
So today you called 2 college basketball games. You've been working on the NBA this week. You flew out to Southern California and then back again here to the East Coast. And you're going to take the night off tonight, but you're going to watch the NBA game, aren't you?
That is correct. No question. How can I pass on the Spurs, Golden State? Come on. And how about that timeout that Dan Burt called with about 6:46? Seton Hall had closed to 51-47. They dominated since that point, dude.
Loss off target. And a 19-point lead for the Dukes. Richardson trying to penetrate, flip it up, and fouled on the play. She'll be at the line, fouled by Gronis. That'll be her 5th foul on Amelia Gronis from Norway, an international business major. So Richardson to shoot 71% at the line. And that'll bring up Alma Grosso off the bench. 6:39 remaining here at Gamble Pavilion. This, by the way, the 3rd time that Duquesne has played in this building. including a meeting with UConn in 1995. It was a tough year to play UConn, and there have been many since. Great defense on the interior, clean stop.
Terrific block.
Richardson Smith around the back. She's gotten hot beyond the three-point line. Shakina Richardson in tight, but no. And tipped out of play. It'll go back over to the Dukes.
You're going to need a lot more of this on the defensive end. You think you've got a layup? Well, how about that from behind? That is perfectly done by Alicia Powell. They come out with all-out pressure.
Grosso breaks that, though. And Press has not given them a whole lot of trouble today.
No, you see the spacing that they have.
And they're running down that clock, trying to get it inside 6 minutes. With a big lead. Robinson swings it. Lost to the baseline, and very smoothly done.
Boy, just a terrific looking freshman from Estonia. Just the ability to face up, has a good feel for the game.
Powell, yes, she rips the cords for a three. But again, they break the press. Lost trying to reel inside. Two more for her.
She's just putting them into school now.
She has 18.
She's going to work. What a job countering what Seton Hall's trying to take away, right? You go up to the shot block, she stands you up with a little pump fake and goes right to a rack.
Richardson, nice give underneath, and two for Jones, who's actually been pretty quiet, despite the fact she had 8 double-doubles this season. Powell tips it out of play, and so the Dukes will retain, leading 83-67.
You've watched Duquesne on tape, and just a really fun team to watch the way they play. They work both sides of the floor. They run terrific sets. He's a coach that teaches his kids how to play the game. All of their counters that they have, and you try to take away things that they do. Just really fun to watch.
You know, when you talk to a coach, you can get a feel immediately how confident he is about the opponent they're about to face. He felt really good about today when we talked to him at halftime of game 1. Samashi hit, draws the foul, and his confidence is borne out. Time to check out today's Capital One Cup impact performance.
Well, it helps when you're a coach to have somebody like Devon Ayer come in off the bench and give you so many things. I thought defensively she was terrific. The ability to get out in transition, create her own opportunities. She was big in their second chance points advantage.
Amadeus Samashi at the line. Well, Workman with 23, a double-double. Not only the 10 rebounds, but 5 assists.
Right. It's not a phase that she hasn't helped this team win this, or at least put them in a position to win this ball game.
So she has been the star of stars for the Dukes on this day. Under 5 minutes to go. And Duquesne looking real comfy here, 85-67. Another tie-up, loose ball on the deck. Picked up by Robinson. Grosso with a bounce, and that's going to be an offensive foul on the freshman point guard as Byrne stayed home.
So one thing, Byrne has done that on a couple of occasions. If she recognizes a guard is dribble driving out of control, speed is great as long as you're under control with your speed.
So Byrne to the bench. Mosley replaces her. Again, the first time Duquesne's ever been in the tournament. An at-large bid. It looked like a smart pick. Here's Powell. That won't fall. Workman with another rebound. Give her 11 now. She'll drive it and draw the foul. And will be headed to the foul line to add her point total. Mosley with the personal. Already with a double-double for Devon Ayer Workman. She was named to the Atlantic 10 first team all-conference. And now shooting 2 of 4, 22 on the clock here at Gamble Pavilion. I always wonder when teams come in here, even if they're not playing Connecticut in the first round, how they're going to react to these particular environs when they look up and they see the banners, all the national championships.
You make a great point. And Dan Burke, first thing he did, you know, most teams start their practice, Dave, at the center court and they circle up. That's a great Hubie Brown thing. The first thing Dan Burt did is, because he was watching probably what you were watching yesterday at practice, the kids' eyes immediately go up to the banners. He said, go ahead, soak it all up. Look at this. We've earned the right to be here.
Omogrosso, not there. Of course, UConn trying for an astonishing 11th national championship. And off a great start today on their home floor. That won't drop in for Richardson Smith. Great effort there by Sumashi, and a tie-up. Jump ball, it'll go to the other end. Duquesne will have it. 3:40 to go. Tony Bozzella and his team with 23 wins, 8 losses, went 12-6 in the Big East. Tied for second place in the conference.
Yeah, you know, that's after they were picked preseason fifth. I mean, you think they graduated some big-time people?
Richardson Smith could not finish. Tips it. And it'll be out of play off Duquesne.
And Richardson Smith had to adjust to being sort of the alpha, getting the opponent's best defender. She proved more than worthy of the task. Projected now as a mid-second round for the WNBA.
7 for 21 shooting though today. Trying to help that, but can't. On the line is Tiffany Jones. 87-69. Duquesne has led the entire day. Richardson Smith did hit a couple of threes, but only 3 out of 12 beyond the three-point line, so she needed a much better afternoon. On the run, Ross, and she really knows how to finish, doesn't she?
She sure does. You know, works incredibly hard, runs the floor hard. We've seen her beat Seton Hall's bigs up the floor on a couple of occasions.
Just 20 points today. She came in averaging 11. Mosley will stick the three-pointer. And they continue to press. Workman breaks it. And now will smartly run a little bit of clock here. So 2:45 remaining at Gamble Pavilion. And Duquesne, you'd have to say, looks safely in front, trying to salt this one away in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. Richardson Smith with another three-pointer around and out.
Just felt like Duquesne was the aggressor from the outset. Set the tone early. I love the stuff they run on the offensive end of the floor. They're unselfish. They play for each other.
So the UConn Huskies can settle in with their scouting report after today. Here's Robinson. Yes, she'll knock in a three. Because it's going to be Duquesne into the second round. They open up a 20-point lead once again with 2 minutes to go. And the subs are coming in from both benches. And a timeout, Seton Hall with 1:56 to go. So the Dukes are going to sail on in against UConn. Both teams with impressive wins. UConn, it's an outside chance we may see 2 teams on this floor today reach 100 points.
Yeah.
If the Dukes can get 8 more.
We would not object to that.
Gooderer on the drive, a blow by and lays it in. She has 10 points. Press again, but broken once again by the Dukes. Nice feed underneath for a quick strike.
Well, how about their passing? That's just so good. And this timeout by Dan Burt just to get the sub in. It's just been a pretty afternoon. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make the smart play. It's just really well done.
So Robinson out, all smiles. April Robinson, the talented junior with 15 points. So she hits her average. And she's going to be on and into the second round. Co-player of the year in the A-10. And getting ready to face the defending national champs, the 3-time defending national champs, last 3 in a row, of course, and overall 10 times under Gino Oriama. Pretty amazing just to think about those numbers. And you wonder how much Duquesne, with the day off tomorrow, is going to be caught up in all of that, because they didn't appear to be blown away today by being on this floor.
No, I think that they're too well coached. They may be overmatched, but I don't think it'll be a case of stage fright.
That's for sure. Molino will lay that one in, the freshman from Colorado.
I think you probably can't have a better start, and another timeout just to get another sub in by Dan Burt. And Dave, the way, from the outset, I thought their defense set the tone.
Grosso gave him some really good minutes at the point today. What a fine young player with 7 points. So inside the last 50 seconds of our second game of the day, as we get ready for UConn and Duquesne on Monday night here from Storrs, Connecticut. Doris and I will be right back for that one. We'll have that contest for you.
Of course, you'll squeeze in a baseball game before then, which is remarkable.
Getting down to spring training as that one is buried from the corner. Yeah, they're closing in on that. They have that shot at 100 points. If they can hit a 3 right here, 97-76. We've seen some high-powered offenses here today in Storrs.
My guess is they won't even take a shot here, Dave.
So Duquesne never trailed, leading wire to wire here this afternoon. And indeed, they'll hold on to it and win this by a final of 97-76. We thought this game would have been a lot closer. I'm sure Tony Bozzella thought it would be. But Dan Burt was a real confident coach before the game.